play against Nyx, I don't want to pick any of these good int heroes, you know? Simply because of the carapace and the mana burn. And they've been kind of forced into this DK pick, which is...
Yep.
I mean, it lanes okay against Quap, but they both just pretty much free farm. But now they have like Mars and DK who are both kind of doing the same job.
Yeah. I see your point completely. Like you have these two bulky boys that are going to be up front. At least what DK gives you is
my two bulky boys here as well.
Yeah,
bulky boys everywhere. Yeah. Alrighty, guys. Again, though, the Nyx Assassin, you know, another good hero versus DK. I feel like they've given this Nyx a really good game, even though it was first pick. Guys, what's your prediction for this first game in the series?
I went with LBZS for the first game of first series. Let's go with MagMa as well in the second series of the day. I believe in the underdogs today. I'm very...
You're an optimist.
Yeah, I'm an optimist.
Nice, I love that. Black, realist, optimist.
Okay, I'm just going to ignore both names. I'm just going to pick the better draft, which in this case, for me, is MagMa for sure.
Damn. You know what, guys? I'm going to agree with you. I like MagMa's draft. As I said, I think this Nyx Assassin's gone away with like a really good game. I am afraid of the Rubik Mars lane. That always looks kind of scary, but I think they've got the answers to it. So yeah, I think I'm going to go Team MagMa as well. Unanimously Team MagMa over here. Every single one of us are going for Team MagMa, but it's not an easy decision at all. I think this is a very, very close game. We talked a lot before the game about how close this matchup really could be. Do MagMa have the potential to take a game or possibly a series off Team EHOME, one of the big dogs? Well, we think they very well might, but we're going to hand it over to our casters, who are Bcop and Lacoste.
Thank you very much, Nomad. Lacoste, it's another land first. And it's time for MagMa. They're going up against EHOME, who've recently switched from SCC to Ajit. So a lot of things up in the air for these two teams. Are you a believer just like the panel?
I'm a believer. I'm a believer in EHOME. I don't know what these guys are talking about. Let's start with just a name, you know, EHOME with their logo, with their name. I'm just having a flashbacks of Dota 1 days, the early start of Dota 2 days. It just brings a lot of memories to me, you know. I always had a thing for EHOME. I loved the Chinese style throughout all these years, and like if what Black said, if we just remove the team names, I'd favor a bit more Radiance draft. Not slightly, I'd say 55-45. Yeah, I want to see how strong MagMa is, and I think this is the real test.
Yeah, it's definitely a real test. It's going to be interesting because, you know, now you're playing with a different carry if you're EHOME, so I think there are a lot of things up in the air for EHOME, but at the same time, like MagMa, they've flunked out of a lot of tournaments. Maybe it's a little bit different here on land. They're also playing with somebody new. They're playing with Dust. Like, things seem pretty sketchy. I'm interested to see what they can do. DK always feels like one of those Chinese region fallback heroes where it's like, I don't know who to pick.
Yeah,
go to the DK.
DK is like a Chinese classic where it was most of the time throughout the years last pick. Then we had like an era with when he was like, I believe it was the start of 2020, because I was casting some Chinese Dota, where it went from like from the last pick to the like first phase ban, first pick material.
Yeah. So it'll be interesting to see what EHOME can do with this one. Or if we're going to see MagMa make the upset. Is it an upset at this point? Is it just name brand upset?
I think we can call it a name brand upset. Like, man, look at this logo, EHOME.
The love runs deep for you and EHOME.
It really does.
There will be pain.
What's your favorite EHOME moment? If the love runs deep, what's the pinnacle EHOME moment?
It's really hard to pick one, you know. It's just I believe it was it ESWC when they actually invented the tri-lane.
Seconds to battle.
And that was it. I think they ran like Sven Lena Visage. That was Dota 1 days.
Wow.
And I believe they also kind of invented the strategy where everyone is tanky. Vanguard was so popular, they even built it on the range heroes. Like I remember like Razor with the Vanguard, pretty unkillable. Like, you know, they were always very innovative about the picks, about the item build, and they have their like own inter-regional meta. Like once we go back to like lands, they are playing on LAN right now, but when we go to like other regions playing against each other, that's gonna be really fun to watch, because you know this is something that I like the most, like just seeing China play against some other region.
So we'll see what we can get here from EHOME and MagMa. XM over mid up against Dust. XM, rank 1 player. He's actually been towards the top of the rankings for such a long time. It's going to be interesting to see him here up against Dust, someone who's come from IGV, who has struggled a little bit, I would say. It's going to be hard to really tell where he's at right now. It's been a while since, really at all, since he's been on something as prestigious, I guess, is this kind of line event. I don't know if that's the right word to use. Like, you've got a lot of tier 1 talent at this event, and it's been a while since I've seen Dust be in this kind of situation.
Yeah, I mean, being rank 1 says something. So yeah, let's talk about lanes a bit. They're gonna have TB and Next Assassin as their safe lane against Rubik Mars. Kind of a standard stuff, I would say. Mars, good response to Centaur overall, where you know you just want to keep them in place so the Stampede will not be really effective. And the top lane, we have Troll and Oracle, because they're playing into 2 melee heroes. Like MagMa, they need to think of something, how they're gonna manipulate the lanes, and Tusk pulls the lane between tier 1 and tier 2 tower, gives some, you know, farm to the Centaur. Bottom lane,
Has in trouble.
A lot of trouble, actually.
He's going to be first blood.
Dead.
That's that Rubik Mars lane happening to get it first blood. It's a lane that's just become kind of a classic. I know Mars hasn't exactly been around a long time, but it feels like what we used to see Rubik Centaur.
Yeah, exactly. And I think like one of the Chinese classics was also like Omni Knight plus Rubik that was so popular for a very long time. I don't think we should be watching like the mid lane, because nothing fancy is going to happen on a mid lane. You just have a Dragon Knight and Queen of Pain. Both of these heroes are pretty much going to free farm, so I don't think there is kill potential until someone rotates and they get like a level 6. So we're going to have to wait a couple of minutes until something happens there.
Excited to see Chalice on land once again. Telekinesis, missing the spear. I was just about to hype him up. He misses that spear. I think I'll hold back a little bit. I'll wait for him to hit a spear, and then I'll go back into, you know, why I'm really excited to see Chalice in the offlane. But in all seriousness, I'm just, you know, I think he's one of those offlaners in a region that I think lacks playmaking offlaners or like stars in the offlane. He really does a great job. Stun comes in on the Chalice, couple of shots through from Shylock.
They're very limited how much lockdown they have to keep him, you know, in place so that DB can deal the damage. But to go back to your talk about Chalice, I still remember like seeing the first game. All right, I'll hold that thought.
Yeah, there it is. There's the telekinesis as well as the spear. Shylock in trouble. Fade Bolt, last hit for Fade. They get the kill onto the TB, and that's the combo. And you need to be really careful. How many times that happened to TB before he leaves the lane?
He'll try a couple more times, see how it's gonna go.
Mid, XM, getting chased by both Yan as well as Dust. Coming over is X-Nova to try and help him out to get out of this alive.
Fluffy hat, keeping him alive. That's the most weird-looking item in Dota right now. It feels like it doesn't belong in Dota. It's like we took it from another game and just put it in.
Looks very RuneScape.
Yeah. To go back to the Chalice talk, I remember when he joined LGD, like his first appearance, I believe I was casting that game. He went 0-11 Enchantress. I was like, man, maybe they made a mistake, you know, just getting this guy, but I was wrong. Like, Chalice, definitely one of my favorite players to watch.
And he's a very exciting offlaner, and I think he got a lot of flack when they lost Ame on LGD, went to Chalice in the safe lane. He's, you know, filling big shoes in that role, going to the 1 position, and people were just continually saying, like, he's not as good as Ame. He's not a 1 position, but you know, he did carry in the beginning of his career, so he did have that experience. He played for Max Y, but he's best suited in the offlane. Like, he's so much better in the offlane.
Yeah, it just feels like that's his lane. So TB, level 4, Nyx Assassin, went to pick up a rune, has no mana, level 2. TB needs to be careful. Like, one more misstep, he's dead. There's no counterplay, because Nyx Assassin is out of mana. Will have Impale. Also, that's a position 5 Nyx Assassin.
Yeah.
Who has a mana burn, which is really not that effective level 1. Like, it's 28-second cooldown spell. So he just did that, and now he's like,
Dire's top
what do I
tower
do
is under
next? Or
attack.
like, what's my job? You can't really just set up things with Nyx Assassin position 5. It's kind of hard, like you need levels. It's a very greedy pick.
Would have preferred it in the 4.
For sure, yeah.
Good Dragon Tail, telekinesis into the Fortune's End. Sonic Wave pushing back X-Nova. They'll use the tag team, trying to get the kill there.
Nyx.
Two-man Impale. Kaz trying to get something done, but XM, he's so tanky.
Fake hype, Nyx. Nothing happened, like he just ravaged them, but it's no damage. It's 1.4 second stun. And you also stunned a Dragonite. So Dragonite, not the hero that really cares too much about this like chip damage that you're dealing to him. I believe that's Falcon Blade on Dragonite, which I really like. Some of the heroes really benefit from this type of an item, where like you need mana. It also gives a bit of damage, especially with the mana burn from Nyx Assassin, and like you want to keep spamming the spells with the Dragonite, like Breathe Fire, just increase your farm.
So already a 1K lead. DK's having a good time. They're gonna go and move over to try and take this OBS. XM's aware of this, but Dust ends up killing the OBS anyway. No way to deny that one.
Seems like someone typed all mid, guys, before this game started. And we see, like, look at we have, what, 4, 5, 6 heroes on a mid lane, a couple of illusions on top of that.
It's time for a party mid. Not everybody gets the invite, but if you're
Everything is cool. If everybody's social distancing, then we're fine.
Chalice coming over. Dust is here. Telekinesis. There's the arena. They'll land the spear on the arena. Purifying Flames with the Fortune's End. God's Rebuke. One last shot from Fade to finish off Dust. They also take out Kaz. MagMa showed up to the fight. They'll shard block to survive, but that is a poor fight for MagMa. And a good rotation from Chalice.
Mars is almost level 7, 8 minutes in. That's pretty
Radiant's
insane.
courier
Phase
has
boots,
been killed.
bracer, and a bottle. Now they're going to
Radiant's
start
middle tower
dealing some
is under
damage to the
attack.
tier 1 tower on a mid with
Radiant
the
structures
second
are
Elder
fortified.
Dragon form.
I don't think MagMa realized his courier was coming across mid after he TP'd bottom. Loses that courier. Pretty unfortunate for him, as that is holding something good for him. Stun on the Chalice.
All mid again.
And they're going, yeah, one more time. Centaur's here. He's rooted up. TZY able to escape. The spear doesn't latch on any of these trees. XM still putting the pressure on. Chalice staying nearby. He does have a bottle to sip on if he wants to come through and maybe
Dire's bottom tower
wait
is
the
under
20
attack.
seconds to get an arena down. But they'll get the tower. They'll back off. Head towards bottom. At least Chalice was for a moment, going into the early Blink Dagger after these phase boots.
So this opens up the map for them where they can invade TB's jungle much easier, and with the next Elder Dragon form, they can also start putting pressure on the bottom tower.
MagMa, the only one down here for now. As you can see, Shylock has been forced into the jungle. Just farming the triangle, trying to get something out of this. His lane didn't go amazingly well, but he's sitting top of the net worth. He's in a good spot.
And so far, so good. Like, look at Dragonite. I mean, Falcon Blade also gives him a bit of a tankiness with the Power Tread Strength, Wand, Bracer. I'm not sure how they can kill him. Nyx Assassin needs to be level 6 so that he can break him. Tag team plus Queen of Pain Sonic Wave and multiple right clicks. So, like, this Dragonite was actually a really good pick because they did not want to pick any, like, intelligence hero that's just gonna get destroyed. Like Lashrak would have been really fine if there was no Nyx Assassin, because you just kill yourself on a carapace and mana burn, but against like all these heroes, it would have been really nice. So they just go with someone who's super tanky, hard to bring down, Dragonite, and what I just mentioned. Elder Dragon form, rotate to the bottom lane, pretty simple stuff. Like, when you have these type of heroes, like, have this clear goal in the game, it's so much easier to play.
Plan is outlined pretty early on when you're playing someone like DK, right? MagMa actually losing that courier again, holding even more items this time for him. Pretty sure it had the arcane ring. He is not having a fun time with that courier. They're trying to take this tier 1 tower over towards top. You've got Kaz at level 6. The arena's committed. And now the snowball is coming through on a Chalice. They've got Dust over here as well. They'll hit the Vendetta, the Telekinesis, dropping him down right on top of the Nyx Assassin. One last shot from Shylock to get Fade, and then they will find Chalice. They've got the hoof stomp, they have the control, and they'll get the kill. It is everybody up here for MagMa to get that done.
They got the tower, they got the 2 kills, so not too bad for MagMa. And the thing is, I feel like they're bringing a lot of... They could have done that with, let's say, 4 heroes, while 1 hero is getting some XP and farm on the other side of the map.
Seemed like a big commitment. And you're also allowing Troll to just farm away. He's
Radiant's middle tower
necessarily very close to this Battle Fury, but he's getting there.
Something that we talked about in the previous series, Troll item build. I'm glad that the Troll in the previous series decided to get like Yasha BKB, because there weren't too many good spells to dispel, but this is the kind of standard stuff on Troll, where you want to get Battle Fury for farming, some damage, and then you get Aghanim Scepter, so you can like dispel a lot of things and dispel the enemies. Like you can get rid of Shadow Strike, you can get rid of Reflection, which is a pretty big deal in a team fight, and you kind of become, I'd say, unkillable, especially if Oracle's sitting there.
Yeah, you've got the dispel for yourself and the save from the Oracle. It almost feels like one of those, like, we're talking about how does DK die, but then you've got 2 heroes potentially. How does Troll, how does DK die?
They're so
feels
beefy.
like a struggle.
Like these 2 big tanky boys plus a Troll, it's gonna be very hard to bring down, especially if Rubik also steals some defensive tool, like either a Stampede, Carapace, maybe a Snowball.
MagMa finally getting those phase boots. His courier died twice, slowing that down, picks up the arcane ring. He's going at least cute for right now, Blink and X.
He is, you know, pretty, I would say, you know, trying to play this game for another 40 minutes, because remember, he is position 4 here, so he will get the farm priority over Nyx Assassin. Still, it's a long run.
Going to be tough for him to finish those those items. He's kind of close to the Blink Dagger.
I love the Aghanims on Tusk, because you can just kick out these 2 beefy boys. Even Troll, like Troll uses ulti, you kick him out of the fight, like whole duration is gone. It's a really good item to get here, for sure. But the question is, how do you farm it?
Yeah, especially if you want Blink beforehand. Seems like a tough one to kind of get to afterwards, especially if your team's not really splitting up too much. It seems like they're playing as 3, 4, 5 constantly. So where are you going to get that farm? Are you given the opportunity to do so? Dragon Tail comes through onto Kaz. They've got the Telekinesis with the God's Rebuke. 3-man Impale doesn't matter though. He still loses his life. X-Nova's the one who gets credit for it. Over
MagMa's
top,
totally fine with that. It's just position 5 for smoke.
yeah. Well, it might be one more. Searching for MagMa, getting through the trees. Spear from Chalice lands. And they will find yet another. Well, this time X-Nova having the double kill. That's very Oracle of you.
Just 4 and 5. Like, I think we need to stop using the word just once you lose more than 1 hero and a tower. So kind of a big deal in terms of net worth. Still pretty even game, but EHOME leading 6 kills. These were mostly just a laning stage kill, so it really doesn't matter that much.
Yeah.
DK with a Blink Dagger right now, so we can see like how they're talking this about like the itemization. You can't just get like 2 blinks. If Mars gets another blink, it's kind of investing too much gold into initiation. So he'd rather just gets like either a BKB, which he's going for, or a Yule Scepter. But with the BKB, they have. I don't think Mars should be afraid of too many spells. Yeah, there's Sonic Wave, there's Walrus Punch, but he's tanky enough to survive through that.
So all this for EHOME is going okay. They're getting a couple of pickoffs here and there on supports. It's left the TV to just be on his own. He's got an SNY, he's going into the Scotty, he's sitting top of the net worth. He's having a great time, considering how it felt like his lane was on ice.
TB just silently farming, died once in the laning stage, thought they might get a couple of more kills. But yeah, he went back to the jungle and is on top of net worth.
Smoke breaks, snowball in as well as the post on. They've got the false promise to keep alive the Mars. Breathe Fire hits all 3 heroes. Fortune's End locks up the Tusk as well as the Nyx. Really well done. Dust coming from behind them. Looking to throw the Sonic Wave onto X-Nova, but never gets it off onto the Oracle. Instead, throws it onto Chalice. They kill off the Mars. They'll lose Dust, though, in return. Now they're going after Shylock. They've got the control, the stolen Sonic Wave from Fade. They kill TZY, they get Shylock, but not before they lose Ajin. It's a full team wipe for EHOME, however.
X-Noah, mega kill. He's involved in 13 out of 13 kills. Not too bad for a position 5 Oracle, I would say.
Yeah.
It's tough for them to take a fight. Like, they went on a Mars, good false promise just to keep him alive with the arena. Troll still a bit squishy at the moment. He's not getting the Ags. He's going for a different route. I see Yasha into BKB.
And then Mars going to finish that BKB. He's going Deso, so a couple different things here and there. I like it.
It's just damage. Like, Troll right now doesn't deal that much damage. And Dragonite, they have initiation. He's level 13. Yeah, just a recipe off from his full BKB. I think EHOME is in full control of this game. They still have tier 1 tower on a mid lane that they can easily defend. Just BKB on Mars right now feels pretty scary to fight into.
Yeah. Yeah, he's got that BKB shipping out, and then as well as that, DK's almost got his own BKB. XM just under 1,000 gold away from it, or just over 1,000 gold away from it. As Blink Dagger, Falcon's Blade, BKB sitting pretty at just about the same amount of net worth as his Troll.
Surprised that Dragonite didn't go for other talent on level 10, because you get the mana regen from the Falcon Blade, so you can't afford to get the Breathe Fire damage reduction. It's so good against the TB and the Illusions.
Get the kill on Fade. I believe he bought out on the Blink Dagger before he died.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Trying to get that Quicksilver amulet over to the Troll before he leaves. I was wondering why Fade's courier was going towards the Troll, but he's just trying to deliver a neutral item in time. Was almost all for naught as he started a TP, and it's like a half second before the Troll was out of there, putting his courier at risk. TB, though, still top of the net worth, just the point booster away from the Scotty. Shylock's having a great time.
He died in the previous fight, but got 2 kills and just keeps farming the jungle, gets the priority. No one's touching it. He's out pushing the waves with the illusion. So far, so good from TB. Also, like Rubik, one thing that you can do with Rubik right now is not necessarily go for Ether Lens. Like, you can just get Mana Boots and the Blink Dagger, and Arcane Supremacy gives cast range. It's a free Ether Lens once it's maxed out, so you can kind of skip it and go back to it a bit later. He's also skipping a talent because he wants other stuff maxed out.
They find Kaz, but will they be able to get the kill yet? Once he uses that Vendetta, throws the stun in, Chalice will get credit for the kill on Kaz, and they immediately smoke afterwards.
Roche is being pinged out, but they also want to get one more kill because it's only an X5.
Arena around Shylock. Immediately the TPs come from MagMa. The question is, will they be in time? TZY, Blink, Close Stomp, Sunder used, but Shylock still low. False Promise coming in and getting the save once again for Chalice. They take out TZY. They will look over at MagMa, take a second. They do get the TB out of that one, so there is that.
TB got the Sunder off just to keep himself alive, and Dragon Knight has Arcane Rune, will pop that Dragon form probably just to keep farming up with it after they finish off the Roche. Roche is being pinged out by a Centaur, but I don't think they can do too much about it.
Just hitting so fast. The Quicksilver Amulet really makes Troll look ridiculous early. Just with the attack animation speed.
I kind of feel, I might be wrong here, maybe because I'm not playing like carry. Usually I play 3, 4, 5, so I don't get too much use out of Quicksilver Amulet, but feel like, I'm not gonna say one of the worst, but definitely not the best tier 2 item that is out there.
What's the tier list for you? Like, what's the best?
I mean, we can
tier
have
2?
a full podcast about this. You know, I could talk about the items whole day. Some people rate it differently, but I might be wrong here. I need to see more usage of a Quicksilver Amulet, because like you don't get the benefit from like extra movement speed and attack speed on this hero. Because like Berserker's Rage doesn't count, you have a passive,
Wrapping
so it's really
around.
not that great.
Good hoof stomp out to both the Troll as well as the Rubik. They hit the spear on a cast. They'll take out this Nyx immediately. Sonic Wave was thrown by the Rubik. Gonna be saved here by the Oracle. So Fade surviving for now with a BKB being popped by Chalice. They get the kill on the Shylock. They take out the Terrible. They'll look over towards the rest. TZY, Mian, Kazu bought back, all trying to stay alive, but they land the hoof stomp. Now the Impale on the 2, Fable thrown, steals the hoof stomp, blinks on top of him and stuns him up again. TZY, you're not getting away when Fade has anything to say about it. That Blink Dagger serving wonders for the Rubik. And now a 6k lead for EHOME. This fight ends on the Radiant side, so it's right next to the tier 2. They can take it.
EHOME is so tanky right now with the like Dragon Knight, Troll, and Mars. Having good 2000 HP on every single hero. And they even have a 3 Blink Daggers, so they can choose when and how to initiate into a team fight. Dragon Knight, he keeps farming. Like, he's up there almost as farmed as TB, which is pretty insane. Like, I remember the couple of games in EU when Barania played Dragon Knight. Like, I was not convinced that this hero can keep up with some like top tier carries. Like sometimes he was even keeping up when the enemy team had Mag +1, which is pretty insane.
Wow. So in the BKB next for Shylock. He's farming well, but the last few fights, I guess excluding the one by the triangle, they've been able to handle the TB. He died that one time in lane, and then those last 2 subsequent fights, 5v5, EHOME have controlled and killed off this Terrorblade. So he's got top net worth, but is he doing enough with it? Is this BKB going to change that for him?
At least he's going to be able to stand his ground and actually hit people. Because right now he can't. He's super tanky, has 36 armor at the moment, like almost 3000 HP when he uses the strength threads. But still, there's a ton of stuns, a lot of control from EHOME with Arena, Spear. Like Rubik has a stolen hoof stomp, that's 2.6 seconds duration, amplified by 20%. That goes over 3 seconds.
I think it's like 3.1 something. I'm from NA. My math is never good. Doesn't check out.
We don't
Somebody
have
will
to
know.
go into specific details. I was listening to Kyle yesterday where he says something along those lines where like, yeah, I liked English. I never liked science and math because there's like one one answer, but in English you can, you know, say like some imaginary stuff, and I'm kind of with Kyle there. But we were both KEKWs, so you know, trying to find our own place in the world without knowing too much.
Certainly have slotted in. You've gotten there. Full man, full team smoke coming in from EHOME. Heading towards top. And might run into this TB. That would be the best option for them. Oh, Shylock runs right through to EHOME. A special delivery for them and an easy kill nonetheless. XM getting that one in a 5-man smoke that goes really well for EHOME. Got exactly what they wanted. Steals the Conjure Image, they move towards the tier 3. It's another kill that happens on the Radiant side that allows EHOME to work with this respawn time and go for buildings, take these objectives.
Aegis regeneration kicked in, Chalice, just the full defensive mode, tanking things up with the Purifying Flames. I'm not sure they're gonna take this fight. DB still dead, needs 300 gold to finish his BKB, and clean in and out.
Seems like you try to avoid them at all costs. However, TZY goes down up top. It's another kill for EHOME. They're finding these pickoffs, and really just anybody who is in the TV at the moment isn't finding a lot of net worth. Like, Quap is close, but compared to the DK, it's a 3,000 net worth lead for him.
It's still a Quap, you know. At least in this game, she does not have like the clear target to go for. Yeah, you would want to kill Oracle for sure, but like, you deal a certain amount of damage in a team fight, and that's it. But Mars with the BKB, Dragonite with the BKB, Troll also has one. These are 9 or 10 second BKBs, so it's very hard for like Quap. At least she has a BKB for herself, you know, so she can jump in, get out of the fight in and out a couple of times, but it's gonna be very hard for her to just deal that damage, because I'm afraid they don't have enough. It feels like it's more than 8k gold lead for EHOME, for sure. And the DK finished the full AC. I don't think they're stopped. Roche may respawn in a minute, even if they take one bad fight and it's not an instant spawn. They can still, you know, buy back and take a fight, even if it's a fast spawn. So they're just gonna take a tier 2 tower. Outpost already taken.
Just completing the game plan right now for EHOME. Move around the map, take this objective, check on Roche, smoke, move around. Like, their movements have been catching MagMa every single time. Especially that troll, or the Terrorblade that just walked up on him. Like, they knew exactly where he wanted to be. They were right there ready. Their vision's been great. Their movements have been more than stellar. EHOME's playing really well. And they're playing really well with Ajit. Something that I was a little concerned about coming into this, considering the fact that he came in last minute. They're still going for Kaz, God's Rebuke, Impale lands, only hitting Fade, and eventually one more shot from Chalice to finish off this Nyx Assassin.
It's an X5, like he needs to make stuff happen, try to delay the game, give TB maybe another item possibly. BKB is done, I see Daedalus, like he's going all in with the damage. They smoked. Try to even go for maybe a sneak in to Roche pit, steal it from the enemy team, but it's not up for 50 seconds. Dragonite, oh, tough target.
Spot XM, he pops the BKB, Chalice comes through, the spear lands and latches dust to the back of the Roche pit. BKB's been popped by Shylock, it's actually been popped by everybody, and the chase is on from EHOME now. They're trying to focus Shylock as he's running away in the metaphor.
The range bash.
And now they've got the Sunder, but everybody's here. They kill off X-Nova, it's not gonna matter. Look at Ajit, how quickly he hits this TV dead. Dead for 51 seconds, no buyback. EHOME with another victorious fight.
Feels rough for MagMa. Like, they managed to bring down Oracle, who didn't have time to cast the False Promise, but DB he doesn't deal damage. Most of the time, in the last few fights, he's either straight up dead or is just running away, trying to save himself.
Dust. Chased and caught, killed. Another quick one for EHOME. They have found plenty of pickoffs. Where is X-Nova's? He's only been a part of 18. He was what? 13 for 13. Now 18 for 25. The kill participation's fallen off a little bit, but he's still doing his job.
Out there, he, you know, just not being involved in every single kill.
It's all or
As
nothing.
an Oracle. Died once. Shame on him.
Their performance hindered. Kaz with Vendetta as well as the Impale. They've got the Hoof Stomp to follow it up. Fade. He gets comboed and killed. However, XM and Chalice will come through and take TZY's life. This is all while they're taking the Aegis. Ajit's in there by himself.
And this is a Centaur with a BKB after Vanguard and Blink. Something that I don't remember seeing. Like in certain situation when it's very specific, later on you might get a BKB. But I don't think it does much here. You know, it's a 4,000 plus gold item. Maybe trying to be able to get out of the arena, not get stunned by Dragonite. You know, as a Centaur, you want to tank up your team, possibly like get maybe a disarm, have its halberd, loaded sword, whatever it's needed. This way, you're investing so much gold only for yourself.
Now back onto the high ground for EHOME. Take the tier 3. They're looking towards the racks. They find the spear. They get the kill onto Kaz. Walrus Punch comes through. Down goes the arena. The Sonic Wave hits onto the DK as well as the Mars and Ajit. Snowball over. They'll take out Chalice. They look over as the Fable hits onto Mian Mian, takes his life. Shylock on the backlines, Blink, Hoof Stomp, landing on the DK as well as the Troll, but they've wrapped around onto the Terrorblade. They'll look to get this kill. They'll take out Shylock. He is dead with no buyback. And they will call GG. EHOME will take game 1.
DP got a lot of farm. Like, he died once in the laning stage, but this last big Dragonite for EHOME did miracles for him. Like, they pressured the mid tower. We've seen, what, 5, 6 heroes moving around the mid tower, but EHOME benefited a lot more from that. And then he rotates to the bottom lane, takes a tier 1 tower. I would say pretty clean execution from EHOME.
Yeah, there's a lot of things, at least in my mind, wondering if they were going to execute as cleanly. They're working with a new carry, but things still looked good. I will say, Shylock looked like he got the farm necessary to make something happen, but things really fell off for everybody else. There was a lot of time where MagMa spent playing as 5, moving around, and like there was 5 heroes towards top, and you brought it up. You said, you know, who's getting that experience and gold that's left around the rest of the map? And, you know, they kind of just ended up letting it go for free. And then you see, like, Troll's got a lot of farm, and everybody's up there ready to go. So EHOME take the game, and it was a pretty impressive win for their first game with Ajit. It looked really good. So we'll send it back to the panel, see what their thoughts are. We'll send it over to Nomad and crew. Back to you.